see that big old rat? Watch this. Hey, good evening, everyone. We're here back at this old farm place, and you can see that there's a propane tank underneath here, and they want to get some propane before this summer's gone, so for the winter before it gets higher. And so what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to clear out some of this brush so that the propane truck can back in and they can heat their home this winter. So we want to continue our Love Your Neighbor series as we do these things. And so I just want you to always look for ways to help your neighbor. There's lots of things out there you can do. You know, Jesus commanded us to go out and serve others, and that's what we want to do. We want to go out and serve others, find ways to do that, whether it be monetary. Sometimes we can help that way if you've been blessed with a little extra money that you can help give. But a lot of times it's just helping hold the door open for someone, helping someone load their car, load their truck. Sometimes it's just kind of cleaning up and doing those extra things that we can do. And if we just look around, you know, you can see them all the time. And that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do this evening before it gets too dark. We're going to come in here and we're going to try to clean this up. This will be a several-day project. There's some other things going on around that we also want to take care of here. So just going to give you a little short video of us using the machete to kind of clean some of this out. I got a little handheld saw that I might use as well. So just stay tuned, and remember, we want to love our neighbor just as Jesus has commanded us to do. So sit back and enjoy. I love you. We'll be back with you in just a second. Better hope there's no propane leak. Well, y'all gonna see a big explosion. Might need to be a little more careful right there. I'll use the electric saw right here on this one. I think I will. Now, yeah, that works a lot better. You know, the one thing about these little saws like this, you know, they don't last a real long time. This one probably has about 20 minutes run time on this 20-volt battery. I did get this. This is a Saker. Okay, it's probably one of the better cheap knockoff brands that you can get on Amazon. About 20 minutes per battery. It comes with 2 batteries in a case, so I figured it'll meet my needs, but I'm just trying it out. We'll test it out for the rest of this year and just kind of see how everything works. See, it's got a little bit of a guard there. This is the 4-inch. They also have a 6-inch, but this one has a little bit more longer run time because of having the bar on it. So you can see it's 20 volt. It does come with battery LED indicator, 3 lights, means that it's fully charged. So we're going to give it a try. I mean, it's pretty simple. It has a safety. You got to push this button, and in the trigger also has the trigger guard here that we can use. Like I said, this came with this, an next 2 batteries, a charger, and a case. And I think with Amazon, with Amazon Prime, I think it was around $65 total. So not bad if it works. You know, generally I try to spend a little bit more money, go for a name brand, but with this, if it works good and we can save money, that's what I'm gonna do. It doesn't have an oiler on it. This particular one just has you take like you use cooking oil, and you just put on the blade, you just put it on the chain. As you spin it around there just a little bit, you use that, and then this is the blade tensioning as well. So I don't know, we'll see. You know, sometimes these things come up and wind up biting you because they don't last very long, but for the price, I thought I'd give it a shot. I'd also show it to you. Some of you may be on a tight budget, so there's several out there. And then you got your Milwaukees and your little Steels and things like that, you know, you generally get a very good product when you pay a little more like that for those name brands. So, but this is what I'm using until I can come up with a better saw, pay a little bit more money for. But let's give it a try. And if we don't like it, I'll tell you it's no good. So far, I've used it probably a couple days. It's worked great. You just got to kind of make sure you keep it oiled and you keep the chain tight. So let's get back after it. Let's try this big tree right here. Big stuff, ray worm. Armadillo's been underneath this here. Took about 2 seconds to go through that, probably about a 2-inch tree. Pretty impressive for now. I mean, it worked great.
See that big old rat? Watch this. Watch this big old rat. There he is. Woo! Get on there. That would have scared the propane, man, wouldn't it? Woo! Let's check the propane while we're here. Looks like they got 30%. Ooh, that's a big old wasp we're getting on me. Alright, 30%. That's what we'll let them know. That's one thing about too. You see, one thing we've noticed out here in the country is the coyote population, for whatever reason, has went down. And because the coyote population went down, you've got a lot more varmints. You've got a lot of mice and rats, and they're moving up close to the house. And they'll get anything. They'll chew wires up on vehicles overnight. They'll chew electrical wires up. You'd think they wouldn't, but they'll chew electrical wires up on a house. And for instance, that rat, if you counted his tail, he was probably over 12 to 16 inches long. He's about that big around, as you can see. They just build nests everywhere. And so, you know, in God's creation, there's a place for everything. And even coyotes, even though, you know, we hear about coyotes coming up and getting cats out of the yard, which they do. They do play a role, though. They do play a role in how God designed this world to kind of take care of itself. And so they do eat a lot of varmints. They eat rabbits too. That's another thing we've seen increase, was rabbits up here in the house. Now, I like rabbits. I love looking at little bunnies and things of that nature. And I got a whole family, several adult females and males in my yard, and they raise all their babies. And so that's a plus that we get to experience this year, is because there's just fewer coyotes. But the flip side is, you see things like that. The other thing is too, when you got things that are kind of growed up, it's a haven for those type of animals. So just make a note to yourself. If you got some junk out in the building, I know sometimes it's hard to go through it. We don't want to go through it. It takes time. Maybe we don't get rid of something, but just remember, that's where things like that rat right there,
they'll go inside those buildings. They will eat through the wood and go through a floor just to get inside of a building. And then they'll just tear everything up. They'll get in there and urinate and defecate everywhere, plus chew everything up. And then the things that you didn't want to run, they're running now because of that. So just remember that. For whatever reason, coyotes in this area have went down. I don't know if it's from disease or if it was from hunters, because there's a lot of cattle ranches out here too. And so they do get calves as well, baby calves. And you know, that's a livelihood of a farmer. And as far as pets go too, and you just can't have that. So you have to harvest those coyotes and get rid of them and thin them out. So I don't think it's that. Knowing what I know from around this area, I think it's more of disease. It just kind of gets spread through those type of animals every now and then. And so it may be the same way. It generally isn't just located in one area. It will spread across the United States. So remember that. If you see more field mice, more rats, things of that nature. If you see more rabbits, which is good, you may like rabbits. Also know there's more mice and there's more rats. So just want to let you know that. That's just the way God designed it. We thank Him for everything that He gives us. He gives us this beautiful afternoon. And just want to say to you, I love you. Keep helping your neighbor. Keep looking for ways to make someone's life a little bit better. That's what we're here for. We are called to be servants. Jesus Christ was the greatest servant to ever live, and to walk this earth, He led by example. We're here to serve, be a servant of others, and everything will be good. At least you can feel good about it, okay? Doesn't mean we won't have troubles in this life. We will have troubles, but He overcame it, and we will too. I just want to give you one last date on this saw. It ran there probably off and on for what, 10 minutes? It never stopped, it never slowed down. Let's see where the battery's at. Let's see. Still at 3. It's fully charged. Okay, it's pretty good. You can see here the chain. I need to tighten up this chain just a little bit. There's a little bit of slack, but as you can see, it's just a good little saw. I'm impressed with it. And you can buy these chains for it for like 10 to 12 bucks on Amazon as well. So until next time, when we're cleaning up some more, I love you. We'll talk to you later.